So now we're going to talk about a specific tribe. All right, read. Verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren. So now the prophecy is talking about Simeon, the so-called Dominicans, and Levi, the so-called Haitians, right? Read. Simeon and Levi are brethren. God is saying the Dominicans and Haitians, they're brothers. Because where are the so-called Dominicans located?
The Dominican Republic.
Right. What land?
I'm not sure.
It's the same land as Haiti.
Right.
It's divided. Hispaniola. They're all, so Dominicans and Haitians, they're on the same land. Sis, what's your name, sis? Seda. I'm Yuri. Nice to meet you. All right. You said you're from Haiti, right? I'd be a so-called Haitian too, right? But did the Lord name us Haitian? You don't think so, right? Who did?
I heard it from people.
You heard it from people? I'll tell you. The French named us Haitian.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because who conquered us in slavery?
France.
The France, right? Because Creole's what? It's broken French, right? So we gotta ask ourselves, why did the Lord allow that to happen to the so-called Israelites from the tribe of Levi?
Right.
Do you know how you're a Levite according to the Bible? I'm gonna show you. Get Genesis 49. I'm gonna show you to bring it clear to you that we are the children of Israel from the tribe of Levi. All right, because as Haitians, so-called Haitians, right, we're known for something, right? What are we known for? What do you think? Think of Haitians. What are we known for as people? It's something we do.
We're strong, powerful.
Okay, yes. I'm going to show you. Read this. This is a prophecy about our people, our tribe specifically, all right? Read.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren.
So now, this is our forefather, Jacob. He gathered his 12 sons, right? I'm giving you some context. He gathered his 12 sons. In fact, read verse 1.
Verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons, and he gathered themselves together. And Jacob called unto his sons, and he said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which may befall you in the last days.
So our forefather Jacob was telling his sons a prophecy for something in the future, which is now. You following along? So now we're going to talk about a specific tribe. All right, read.
Verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren.
So now the prophecy is talking about Simeon, the so-called Dominicans, and Levi, the so-called Haitians, right? Read.
Simeon and Levi are brethren.
God is saying the Dominicans and Haitians, they're brothers. Because where are the so-called Dominicans located?
In the Dominican Republic.
Right. What land?
I'm not sure.
It's the same land as Haiti.
Right.
It's divided. Hispaniola. They're all, so Dominicans and Haitians, they're on the same land, right? God says they're brothers, right? God had to remind them in the future that, hey, you guys are brothers. Because do Haitians and Dominicans have a good relationship?
Not really.
Not really, right? This is why God is saying Simeon and Levi are brothers, because that's something they have to remember, because God knew they were going to forget and hate each other in the last days, as we see now, right? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, read.
Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations.
Now it's saying Haitians and Dominicans are brothers. It's saying instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. So, okay, Haitians and Dominicans, they're brothers, right? Now they're on the same land, but it says instruments of cruelty is in their habitations. Instruments of cruelty is in their same land. What do you think that instrument of cruelty is? This goes back to what I had said. What are Haitians typically known for?
Like us doing voodoo or whatnot?
Voodoo! There you go. Or in Dominican Republic, it'd be called Santa Maria, right? Black magic, voodoo.
Yeah.
We're known for that. Read that again. Instruments of cruelty
instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
So God was pinpointing that we would be known for instruments of cruelty or voodoo. How did you know? Because one, obviously, you're from the tribe of Levi. That's what they do. That's what our tribe does. You see what I'm saying? So God is pinpointing who we are. In fact, read on that.
Oh, my soul have come not thou unto their secret, and unto their assembly my honor.
Get Malachi 2. You know what I want? 2 and it's like 11, I think. Right? They'll become base among the whole tribes. So we know God is pinpointing that, hey, the tribe of Simeon, the Dominicans, and Levi, the Haitians, they're going to be known for doing voodoo on the same land, right? Now, I have another question for you, sis. Sadie, right? Sadie, I'm sorry, all right? Bear with me. Haitians, the land of Hispania. I'm going to say the land of Haiti. Is it rich?
Very.
It's rich in resources, right? But as economic-wise?
No, not so much.
No, right? That's another prophecy the Lord was telling us to pinpoint who the tribe of Levi is. All right, you got that? It's like Malachi 2. So right now, we're understanding that the tribe, in fact, I'm going to show you something else. Get Exodus 2 while we're looking for that. I'm going to show you how amazing you are. All right? Do you know Moses? He was known for what?
The one that spread the waters, right?
The sea, right?
Yeah.
Do you know he'd be so-called Haitian today? He would. Moses is your forefather. I'm going to show you Exodus chapter 2 and verse 1.
The book of Exodus chapter 2 and verse 1. And there went a man of the house of Levi. And it
from the house of Levi, right? There was a man, because a child goes by the seed of their father, right? Because men have the sperm, right? So you are with your fathers. Did you know that? Okay, good. So there was a man from the tribe of Levi. Read. Come on.
And took the wife of a daughter of Levi.
So these were two Levites, two so-called Haitians, right? Now jump to verse 10.
Verse 10.
You got it?
And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses.
Called his name Moses. Moses was from the tribe of Levi.
Right.
Moses is a so-called Haitian. That is who you are. That is one of your forefathers. So you know him for taking the Israelites out of Egypt, right? You had no idea that was your great forefather. Hey, you see, 2 and 9. There we go. So we're understanding that Moses would be a so-called Haitian. Yep, Moses would be a so-called Haitian because we come from Moses. All right, and we're pinpointing the people who fit the prophecies of Genesis 49. Now I'm gonna show you another prophecy to help pinpoint that we are the so-called we are the Levites. All right, read.
The book of Malachi, chapter 2 and verse 8. But ye are departed out of the way. Ye have caused many to stumble.
So now, the so-called Levites, we had the priesthood back in the times of the Old Testament. So we would deal with the sacrificing, dealing with the temples, right? The form of forgiveness of sins, right? That's what sacrifice was for. That was the so-called Levite. That was the Levites' job, all right? So, but the Lord said we departed. We left that. Because we had such a high esteem with the Lord and we left, he did something to us. Read. Is it making sense? Good.
Ye have caused many to stumble at the law. Ye have corrupt the covenant of Levi.
We had a covenant with the Lord. It was the covenant of Levi, the sacrifices. We were the priests of all tribes of Israel. All right, read.
Saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore have I also made you contemptible and a base before all the people.
So the Lord said he made the so-called Haitians base, low among all the people. That's why when you, I don't know about you, but when I was in school, I got made fun of if I said I was Haitian. Did that happen to you before? No? Okay. What you say, from Miami?
Yeah.
See, there's a lot of Haitians in Miami, right? So there's a difference. But up here, say, oh yeah, I'm Haitian. You'll get made fun of. Because God says he made us what? Base or what?
base before all the people, according to as ye have not kept my ways.
God says he made us base and contemptible. That means we're the lowest of the lows. Economic-wise, right, and military-wise, we have no power. All right? Now, I'm going to show you one law. Deuteronomy 22, because we're about to wrap up. So you, as my sister, literally from the tribe of Levi,
Right.
you see yourself as a princess, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Why you gave me that kind of answer?
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Okay. You are a princess from the tribe of Levi.
That's right.
But as
Right.
a princess, you have a specific dress code.
Right.
All right? Read this. I'm going to show you according to God, all right? Because you believe in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So, God said a woman shouldn't wear what pertains to a man, and a man shouldn't wear what pertains to a woman. I'm going to start with the men, because men are the leaders, right? What shouldn't a man wear that pertains to a woman? I'll give you a hint. Think of rappers. Young Thug, Lil Uzi.
Like what? I'm not sure. I don't really think men dress a type of way.
What does Tyler Perry like to wear in his
I
movie?
don't know who Tyler Perry is.
Tyler Perry?
Who is that?
Okay. He's an actor. But to the point, you're not supposed to wear dresses as a man.
Right.
Because that's what pertains to women, right? Now, if men are supposed to be wearing, bras, panties, and dresses, the flip side now is the women. What shouldn't women be wearing?
Pants maybe?
Pants.
Right.
Correct. Because, man, we got zippers. We got something to pull out. Women, there's no such thing as women pants either. All right? Women, if you got something to pull out, it's a problem. All right? But read that out.
Deuteronomy 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
For all that do so an abomination. Matthew 26. As a princess from the tribe of Levi, I don't want you to be an abomination to the
Right,
Lord.
right.
Because if you're abomination, do you know what abomination is? God hates abominations. You're my sister from the tribe of Levi. You're supposed to dress and act like a princess. So that's one law you can keep. You can keep in your mind to understand I'm a princess. I'm not supposed to be wearing pants, but a dress.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.